What's up, guys? Andy here. Today we are going to talk about the connection between nutrition and men's sexual health as it relates specifically to testosterone levels and erectile dysfunction risk. Okay, this is a very popular subject matter, and hey, different people are motivated by different things. If this is what it takes to get you to eat a damn vegetable once in a while, so be it. Okay, so let's have the conversation and let's start with testosterone. Now, testosterone replacement therapy, for example, increasingly popular. Okay, so obviously when it comes to dietary intervention, nutrition, and optimizing testosterone levels, there's going to be interest there. Okay, so obviously low testosterone levels are not good. They can definitely influence sexual health in a negative fashion, along with a whole host of other things that you probably don't want to deal with. Hence why TRT is popular. But what can we do from the dietary perspective? Well, the two dietary components that tend to be incorporated more regularly in men with higher testosterone are the following. Okay, leafy green vegetables is number one. And number two is magnesium-rich foods. And this is a very, very fascinating observation because magnesium supplements are among the top-selling supplements on Amazon, okay, which is a reflection of their popularity and the fact they've been studied to improve health outcomes in a variety of contexts. Now, why is that, though? Well, the primary reason for that is because magnesium on a population level is underconsumed because it's found in foods that people maybe don't eat enough. Okay, great examples are nuts, seeds, and legumes like lentils, chickpeas, kidney beans, black beans. These foods for me are fundamental foods, very important foods, but they're underconsumed, which in turn leads to, decrease in magnesium intake, which in turn leads to findings like these where differences in magnesium intake lead to different health outcomes. In this context, it relates to testosterone levels. So those are two areas to consider increasing, okay? Now, when it comes to what you should be wary of in terms of your testosterone levels, well, there's two things that studies show in this area, okay? First is low-fat diets. So if you're going out of your way to avoid dietary fat or you're trying to restrict your calories by omitting large amounts of the different types of healthy fats, you may end up with lower testosterone levels. Okay, the other dietary component that's associated with lower testosterone levels in men is refined carbohydrates, so pastries, baked goods, essentially anything where the first ingredient is going to be some sort of white flour. There is an observational link there. Men who consume those foods more often tend to have lower testosterone levels. The totality of the evidence isn't great, but that's what we know. Okay, so let's move on then to erectile dysfunction. And what a coincidence it is that 4 of the major risk factors for erectile dysfunction, which is happening to increasingly younger men, by the way, are related in some capacity to nutrition, okay? They are high cholesterol, which I've written a book on, by the way, high blood sugar, which I've also written a book on, high blood pressure, which I've also written a book on, and I discussed in a previous video regarding or relating to why sodium intake actually increases one's risk of erectile dysfunction, and finally high triglycerides, okay? Now, in the link in the description, you can read my article on this subject. I talk about these 4 issues and the 4 dietary changes you can make or 4 or more dietary changes you can make to reduce your risk of those conditions, because people with those conditions, men with those conditions, have a higher risk of being diagnosed with erectile dysfunction, in large part because it affects the way their heart pumps blood, it affects the efficiency with which blood goes to the organs, and that is obviously a fundamental component of the, let's say, the sexual experience, okay, for obvious reasons, which I don't need to share on YouTube. So there you have it, guys. There's a little bit of insight into the connection between nutrition and men's sexual health. Again, go to the link in the description, read my full blog post on the subject matter. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.